That's as good as it's gonna get. She's doing her best. She's doing her best. Okay, let's do this. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Made by Mac. I'm Mac, and this is episode 19. We are just plowing through these. I'm super excited to be this far into my episodes. I have a couple non-regular podcast episodes that I am planning out and working on, and I'm super excited for those to come out. I don't want to say soon, but eventually. They're in the works, and I'm very excited about them. Excuse me. I have not quite as much to share with you this time because it's not been quite as long since my last episode, but I do have some really cool things. Sorry. My youngest dog is making poor choices, it sounds like. Hopefully you couldn't hear that, but anyway. But I do have some really cool things that I'm proud of that I am ready to share and excited about. A couple new things you haven't seen, some stuff you have, and then just a couple things about shop update stuff. So let's go ahead and jump in to what I'm wearing, because that's like what you start with, right? I love this. I know you probably can't see all of it because I'm sitting down, but this is my Slip on Your Shoulder by MC of BlameTheKnots. It has this really cool slip stitch detailing, which honestly may be a little hard to see with as far away as I'm sitting on my chair. It does roll. Is that better? Sorry. It's real cute though. So it has a really cool construction. It's got cute detailing. There's some very thoughtful like details in there to make it fit really well. And I think I mentioned last time that this is my best fitting sweater that I've made. So I'm definitely planning on making more. At least one more long sleeve. I just don't know what yarn yet. So, but if you have not checked out this pattern and you're a knitter, definitely go check it out and purchase it if you like knitting really good fitting sweaters. So there's that. I think it looks really cool in solids and like lightly speckled yarns. I don't know what it would look like in a variegated, but I think it would be really fun to try. So anyway, so that's what I'm wearing. And I finished that during the testing period like a while ago, but I've worn it only a couple times because I've been like saving it to match with my like super cute like maxi length purple skirt because it matches the little speckles in it and all that fun stuff. And I really wanted to wear it on this episode. So anyway, let's jump into other finished objects. I mean, this one was finished last time, but still, you haven't seen it on me, so now it's like the most finished it could be. But let's go. What am I saying? Let's go ahead and jump into other finished objects that I have completed recently. Okay, so the first thing I want to share is going to be a present, but it will be gifted to the person before this video goes live, so I'm not worried about showing it on camera. And it is this incredibly fun, some of my ends, so that's fun, that I'd snipped off. It is this really fun hat. I'm trying to block out my eyes, but still like see what's going on. It is made out of some really fun hand spun yarn that I made from a really pretty bat by Gem Fiber Arts. You can find her on Etsy. She's local to me, Indiana. I don't know how far away though, but she's local to me, and the bats are like really cool. They had like a whole bunch of different stuff in them, and this is for one of my athletes. It was her birthday a couple weeks ago, and I was unable, I thought I was going to be able to go to her little birthday party. She invited little birthday party. It's a big birthday party. She invited a ton of people, including a lot of coaches and teachers in our school. And I wasn't able to go, but I wanted to make her something that was like very her. And I'm going to be honest, this is showing up a little bit more red on camera. It's a little bit more pink. And I am just hoping that she loves it because it's so fun. And it's really squishy and it fits really well. And it is just real sparkly and fun and funky. And those 3 adjectives describe her really well. So I finished this. I actually knit all of this on my very, very fast trip to Florida. Not last week. I mean, it doesn't matter. I left on a Friday evening with my mom, and we went to visit my sister. She lives in Florida, in like Central Florida, and works at a college down there. And we visited her, hung out with her Saturday, hung out with her Sunday, and then my mom and I flew back out late Sunday night, and I ended up back at my house at 4 in the morning, and then I went and taught at school the next day. So it was a very, very fast trip, but it was super fun. Along with like hanging out with my mom and my sister. And I don't get to see my sister very often because she lives multiple states away. And we both have drastically different schedules. We don't have time to just like fly back and forth all the time. We're the money for that matter. But it was really fun to visit her. But I also got to meet up with one of my friends, Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy, and I will pop in the picture that her lovely husband Steve took of us knitting at Disney Springs. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, I wish I would have taken more pictures, but I was not thinking. I was just like so excited about like a friend. And so my brain was like overwhelmed with excitement, and I didn't think about taking more pictures. I'm kind of sad. But I knit this probably about this much on the plane to Florida, and then the next day as we were driving around, walking around on Saturday and on the beach and stuff, I went ahead and finished it up. So it has some bright, happy Florida sunshine infused into it, along with some ocean air and just some happiness in it. And it is just so fun, and I'm so excited to give it to her. So I'm gonna wrap it up, make it look all cute, and then that will be all hers. So anyway, I'm very excited to give it to her. So that's my first finished object. My next finished object is something that I just showed for the first time on the last episode, but it knit up so fast. Brace yourselves. Maybe put on some sunglasses if you need them. Okay, sorry. Is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen? And if neons are not your thing, I can understand why you would be like, no, that is not the coolest thing. But oh my gosh, is this not just fantastic and beautiful? And oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this. So this is the Second Ave Sweatskirt. So I'm leaning this way because I know that my words always, I put them over here. This is the Second Ave Sweatskirt by Brie of TheLittleWolfKnits, and I'm in love with this. This pattern is really cool. I chose the option without pockets, but she does have a really neat option for adding pockets into it, which I think is really fun. But because it's fitted, I wanted to at least make one that didn't have pockets, but no worries. I have at least one, maybe two more planned out. And I will put pockets in at least one of them. But this is so cute. It has this cute little drawstring. It's got a ribbed waistband. And this is regular DK yarn along with the ribbing at the bottom. And then the main portion of the skirt is, I knit it in this beautiful, glorious neon pink boucle yarn by MC of BlameTheKnots. And she dyed it for me because she loves me. And I believe she just today, when I'm filming, released the name of her boucle, and I think it's Bodacious Boucle, which is a glorious name for a boucle yarn, for her base. And so she, in her upcoming collections, she will have Boucle as one of the bases you can choose to order her yarn in. And eventually, I'm hoping that this pink color will be in a collection, which I'll talk about in the future, I'm sure. But as of right now, it doesn't have a name. It is just MC loves me, so she dyed it in the most neon pink that hurt your eyes as possible. Pink for me. That's not a name. Anyway, but it's so cute. I love it. I tried it on and I like squealed out loud because I was like, I am obsessed. And I'm going to be honest with you. One of my concerns going into knitting this pattern was like, okay, if I'm knitting this in Boucle, like, are people going to see my butt through this? And I was like, legitimately concerned about this. Cause like, I'm a public school teacher. I need to wear things that are like appropriate for teaching in and moving around a lot. Cause I am not the type of teacher that just holds still really well. I get up and move. I wander around. I, have to go upstairs to get to my classroom. So I wanted to make sure that this was going to be appropriate to wear all the time, not just like at home or going out on dates and stuff, which would be fine if you wanted to do that. So I think the only modifications were that I added a little bit of length just in case. And yeah. The one thing that I will say is I used the Cordsmith. If you haven't heard of those, they're really cool. Oh, I missed a little end I need to snip. But I use the Cordsmith to make my I-cord. And the Cordsmith is sold by Size Inclusive Collective on Instagram. I am blanking on her name right now. But if you search Size Inclusive Collective on Instagram, you can go ahead and find her. And then I think it's Autumn something. And you can order them in lots of different colors and stuff. And it is so fun to make I-cords that way. It took me... I've knit 2 I-cords for a waistband. This one and one other one in like sweatpants that I made a couple years ago. And the sweatpants one, because I was just knitting them on double pointed needles, took me like over an hour because I was new to it. I was not enjoying it. And I was using double pointed needles. And I think I did the whole I-cord for this in like 20 minutes. So anyway, the construction of this is really smart. Again, there's some really cool details that cause the skirt to fit really, really well on a lot of different size bodies. I have not blocked this yet, so really it's like 99.9% done, but we're counting it as done because I've even woven in my ends already. Also, this yarn is like almost a solid pink, but it's like the teensiest but tonal, and I love both the lighter parts and the darker parts. I love it so much. I love it so much. I'm debating on whether or not I want to wear this to school tomorrow. No, I should block it first. I'll be a good knitter and I'll block it, but I'm so excited about this. And it knit up so fast. I think I mentioned last time that I was keeping track of how many days it would take me to knit. And while they weren't consecutive days, I think it only took me like a total of 4 days, like working on it for just 4 days, which is fun. So, I'm super excited. Definitely plan on seeing more of these on my podcast because it fits really well. It's really, really cute. And I've already bought yarn to make another one. So there's that. But yeah, there's my second one. And then finally, my third finished object is some finished yarn. So I had 1 4-ounce braid of an alpaca and silk and merino blend. And off the top of my head, I don't remember the percentages of the makeup, but it was like a lot more, it was a lot more alpaca. It was more evenly distributed than a lot of braids that I've, sorry, hair in my mouth. But it was a lot more even split of like what the makeup of the fiber content was than some of the other ones I've done. So, but it's really drapey, if you can tell. And that's because of all of the stuff that's in it. So there's that. So this first one is a 3-ply and it's really, really pretty. It's, again, very drapey. And I twisted this as hard as I could, not as hard as I could, like I didn't but I twisted this a lot to try and put it into a cute hank, and this is what I ended up with, so I apologize. But the colors are gorgeous, and it was like, I don't want to say gradient because it didn't smoothly fade all the way through the braid, but it was like block of color, block of color, block of color. And then I spun it as a fractal, a 3-ply fractal, and it's really pretty. I have absolutely no idea what to do with this. I got it as a braid from a store that was like going out of, I don't want to say going out of business, but she wasn't dying anymore. And I think it was like called Boho Chic or something like that. And the colors in her store were gorgeous and all this stuff, but I don't know what to make with this. I also don't remember what I did with the sticky note that has the notes on the yardages, but this is like, I think I have about 200 yards. That could be a lie. Hold on, let me check that. Okay, I found both the little braid band. The color was called Fruity Pebbles. It was 4 ounces, and it was, oh my gosh, 50% baby alpaca, 33% merino, and 16% silk. And this, cute little sticky notes, this hank got 192 yards, so I was close on my guesses. And then I got 104 yards on this one. So this one is a 3-ply. Cute, love it, 10 out of 10, right? And then this one, I recently, thanks to a friend telling me I should try it and then becoming obsessed with it, tried a plying bracelet. And so I used what leftovers I had and plied the rest using a plying bracelet. So I used up like the rest of the yarn I had, or the singles I had, into this little sweet little lady. So basically I think this one is honestly the equivalent of like probably fingering weight, because obviously it's a little bit lighter because there's only 2 plies. And it's about 100, a little over 100 yards. So they're cute. They're beautiful. What do I do with them? I don't know. If you have an idea of what to do with like slightly less than 200 yards of this yarn with this fiber content, I feel like a hat, it's going to be too drapey, and I don't love slouchy hats. But if you have an idea, please let me know, because it's really pretty. I want to make something. I just don't know what. So there's that. And that, my lovely friends, is my 3rd finished object. But look how pretty it is. So cute. Okay, enough of that. On we go. Let's talk about works in progress. My first one is going to be fast, and then we're going to move on. It is my classic ribbed hat by Purl Soho in this lovely bright yellow yarn. It's so pretty. It's a really fun color of yellow. And it is by Centaur Studios. It's on their Gemini DK base, and the colorway Chive Omelette. You can see little chives sneaking in there. And this is going to be a hat for my lovely husband. Assuming that it fits his big old noggin. He's got a big old noggin. Like huge. Like I measured it and it was bigger than the biggest size that they recommended for this. So, excuse me. We will see if it fits. Hopefully. Also, I'm using these cute little needle stoppers from my friend Kayla of Kayla Makes It. She has an Instagram and YouTube channel. I think they're both named that. But I put these on there and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like a little bee. I know it doesn't, but that's what it made me think of. But anyway, so there's that. I've made some progress on it. I think I was only like maybe here-ish last time you saw me and my little projects. So it's coming along nicely, but I feel like the ribbing is never ending because, you know, it's the whole hat. So, he has also requested a Musselburgh hat, so I will make him one of those as well, because anytime he requests anything from me, I will make it, because he gets too hot in sweaters. He has some sensory issues just like I do, but different ones. And so he does not love knitted socks. And so I've made him blankets and hats, and that's about what he wants. So he's requested both. So I'm going to start designing a blanket for him as well. And I'm really excited about it. But for now, we got this hat and then another hat on deck for him afterwards. So that's my first work in progress. I don't know where to put it. We'll just put it on the floor right here. And then my second work in progress, it's going to be so good. Okay, let me grab it. Okay. Okay, so I'm so excited about this. So my lovely friend MC, whom I love dearly. Oh, I hope I didn't just show you like the whole thing by accident. I showed last time some yarn that she sent me. And one of the yarns that she sent me was for this. Wow, it just blinds the camera every time. And the other yarn she sent me was a lot of blue baby Surrey alpaca silk. I love it so much. And so we have started designing something together. And she has been very patient with me because when we started talking about this, I was healthy and fine and great. And then when I started doing math and like starting the designing process, it was when I was like super sick a while ago, because I was like, I'm okay sitting up working on the computer, but I can't like get up and walk around without coughing a whole bunch. So I was like, computer work is a great idea. No, it was not. I've made so many mistakes. So I am appreciative that she has been so patient with me as we work through this process. So that lovely human, MC of Blame the Knots, is designing the knit version, and I am designing the crochet version of the Sugarpuff. And so far, I have the front and back and most of the body done. Oh my gosh. It actually, the pink is showing up a lot more on camera than it does in real life. But can you just appreciate this glorious neon blue that is happening? And what's going to be wild is I'm going to show you the yarns that I'm holding together for this. And you're going to be surprised, because I was surprised what it looked like crocheted up with the two of them. So this is the Sugarpuff. We are still in the design process, but it is going quickly now that we're both working on the actual garment and not just like a crap ton of math and a spreadsheet, which is fine. It's just, oh my gosh, I just want to crochet all the time, you know? But I love it. I love it so much. I'm so excited about it. It's freaking fluffy and I'm so excited. So there's that. I have a lot of ends just hanging out. Just ignore those. But let me show you the yarn that I'm using for this. And I'll also show you my crochet hook and my cute little like right side marker as well. So this is the color of blue Surrey that she sent me. It is, I think I said on her Surrey base. And her Surrey base is like a lot fluffier than some other Surrey bases. So if you are contemplating supporting a small business, a yarn dyer that is super awesome and fun, she is coming out with a new collection soon on the 22nd called her Thanksgiving collection, based off of the movie You've Got Mail. And her Surrey base will be available for all of the colors as a pre-order. And she also has some other really fun colors already in her shop. And if you're like me and really like neons, she has like a bright orange called Who Loves Orange Soda. And I've shown that in previous episodes for my nebula that I've been working on, which I keep forgetting to work on, and I should work on some more. But her base is like extra fluffy, which I love, because some Surrey bases are like a true lace weight and it's like fluff. Hers is like fluffy, which is awesome. So it doesn't have a name yet. This colorway doesn't have a name yet, but it's awesome and I'm obsessed with it. So that's the blue yarn. And then the fingering weight yarn that I'm holding together with this, you ready? You're gonna be surprised. Is this, right? I'm having deja vu, like I've already talked about this. If so, just humor me and pretend this is the first time. But look at this yarn. Look at this. This plus this is yarn math. This plus this crocheted up equals this. Isn't that wild? I really thought it was going to be a lot more pink. And I'm not upset about it. Just surprised. I also really love the blue a lot, so it's totally fine. And I don't have a blue sweater, so I needed one. So this is the KNC yarn brand that's through Joann's, Joann Fabrics. And this color is called Berry Burst. And I really don't know if it's available right now through Joann's. You'll have to go look. But the base itself is like fine. Like I like it. It's good. But I loved the little cotton candy speckle colors on this. So, but I have this base, this yarn in some other colorways as well. So you might be able to find it in other things, but there's that. All right. So some things I want to show you that go with this. This is the crochet hook I'm using. As you can guess, it's one of mine. It's so fun. Wait, can I hold it even closer? I'm getting better at this, but very, very slowly. Has a cute little, the stickers are holographic in this collection. This is my upcoming collection. Based off of mythological creatures. So be watching for the Instagram reel soon on my Instagram. I mean, where else would it be? But they've got cute little holographic numbers and to label the size. And they are I'm so excited about this collection. The whole collection together is really cool. And I will show that again. I've shown it on previous ones, but I'll show it again today so you can see it and plan on maybe what you need to purchase or order. But I'm using this and it is so fun because I wanted one that matched my project and I feel like I did a pretty good job of picking a color that matched really well. So there's that. And then I also want to show you a sneak peek of something. And that is the cute little tester stitch marker. Oh, I can't get it to lay flat. Oh, because I put it upside down. Okay, pretend that this isn't upside down. But I'll hold my project upside down so you can see the stitch marker, the progress keeper. I just almost said progress creeper. But look at it. It is my favorite shape. I don't know if everyone has a favorite shape, but I do. It's my favorite shape. It is fluorescent. So if you put it under a black light, it fluoresces. And this is one of many that will be coming in a future collection. Not an immediate future collection. Calm down. But soon-ish. So, but it's on the back to mark the right side of my project. I'm so excited for this to be done. I'm not anywhere close to being done, but I'm very excited. So, the Sugarpuff. Woohoo! All right, and that is my second whip. And honestly, I have a crap ton of other works in progress that are like literally just sitting in buckets, like behind my camera stand. And I just haven't worked on them in a while. So, which is fine because I've been loving working on this. So, and I do have some other things that I've started, but on the off chance that someone watches this podcast that is getting those things as a gift, I cannot show them. So, anyway, those are all of my works in progress. Let's talk acquisitions. I don't have a ton, which is fine, but I have 2 normal ones and 1 hilarious one. So let's do the 2 normal ones first because they'll be fast. I should have grabbed them before starting to record. So, Super Glow Fiber, one of my favorite yarn dyers, put some in-stock yarn in her shop from her Chapel Roan collection. And as I've mentioned, Chapel Roan's music has a stranglehold on me, along with a lot of the rest of the LGBTQ plus community. So it's a bit on par for me, but also the colors are gorgeous. So even if you don't even know who Chapel Roan is, like, it's beautiful. So I got 3 skeins of her casual colorway on her Boucle light, base. It is so much fun. I love it. I actually have some things in mind for what I want to use this for, but I'm not telling you yet. I've been really into like bright blues lately, which is fun. And then also, true to form, I bought 3 skeins of her Femininomenon in eye-searing neons. And it is some of my favorite colors of neon, all into one skein and speckled. You know I love speckles. And I don't know what I'm making with this, but I have 2 things that are potential like projects in mind. So those are my 2 normal acquisitions. And then I have 2 other things. I have some other small things that I got as like a birthday present for my mom, but I want to show you one big one and then one other silly one. So give me 1 second. All right, my other, sorry, this isn't even the silly one. So my other acquisition is one of the birthday presents that my mom got me. Again, I hadn't seen her for a while. And so when I saw her recently, she's like, oh, I'm so excited to give you a birthday present. And a lot of it was like cute little tools and helpful things as a knitter and crocheter, things that I would use a lot. But I just wanted to pick my one like favorite one to look at to show you guys. And that is this cute little yarn bowl. It's a little sheep and it's got little feet. And it's nice because it's got like little pads on the bottom so it doesn't like do that horrible scraping sound that some ceramic things do when you set them down on a table. But just look at its little face. It's so cute. It cracks me up a lot. So, in case you need a prompt on what to comment on in the comments below, please feel free to suggest names for my sheep yarn bowl because it is so funny and I love it so much. Also, I've been telling my friend MC that there are sheep that live near me. Obviously like someone owns the house, like a person, and the sheep lives there. Why am I explaining that sheep don't live by themselves? Anyway, there are some sheep that live near my house, and I think about them every time I drive home, and so I like watch for them. And there's one little sheep that looks different from all the other ones, and it looks kind of like this, and it's very cute. So there's that. And then because both my mother and my mother-in-law are hilarious, I have that from my mom. And then this is the funniest thing. If you know me in real life and you know my mother-in-law, like this will not surprise you, but it cracked me up so much. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law went to visit my husband's sister and her family, and they live in Georgia, and there are cotton fields near where they live. And so my mother-in-law just got me some cotton, and it's in this little Ziploc bag, and she was like, I thought you could spin this. And I just was like, that is the sweetest and funniest thing I've ever heard. So like, just little tufts of cotton. And the funniest thing is she sent me a picture of just her little hand holding a tuft of cotton and was like, I got something for you. And it just cracked me up and was just so sweet. I have absolutely no idea what to do with this. So it's just living in this little bag until I can figure out how to spin it. Because she was like, I thought you could spin this. So it's living in this little bag until I can learn how to prepare this cute little amount of cotton to spin. And I think I'm going to try and spin it with like some solid color just to make the yardage go a little bit further. But I just thought it was really funny and I wanted to share. So thank you to her because that was really funny. And every time I look at it, it makes me giggle too. So, so those are all my acquisitions. Let's go ahead and go into some shop talk and some things that are going to be in the shop soon. All right, so I already mentioned that I have an upcoming collection based on mythological creatures coming out soon. So let's talk about that. They are living, oh my gosh, I just threw one on the floor. Sorry. They are living in a very not cute plastic cup right now. So I'm not going to show you that. I'm just going to hold them. And I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because I've already shown you these. And I'll have a really cool Instagram reel coming out soon. So I feel like you should just go watch that and learn the names there. So I'm not going to tell you the names this time because I still have one that I have not decided what I'm going to call it. I'm like 98% and 2% on 2 different names. But anyway, so I have this bright blue one, which is the same color as the one that I am using for myself in my Sugarpuff pattern that I'm working on. And it's so fun. They turned out so well. Like, I couldn't have asked for it to turn out even better. I have this one, which is a little bit less blue, a little bit more green. But it is gorgeous and I love it a lot. So that one's shown on a 5.5. You can maybe tell that it's got little holographic numbers. And then this one, which I think is such a unique color. Like it's blue, but it's also maybe a hint of purple. Maybe it sniffed some purple a little bit. What am I saying? But it's, oh my gosh. Oh, this one is showing the holographic color of the glitter really well. Take this in, people. It's good. Okay, so there's the first 3, right? Then we get one that's like a more of a true purple, if I can not drop everything. I did not do these in the correct order I wanted to, but whatever. So then we have this purple one. Hopefully you can see the holographic glitter there. This one turned out so good. Ooh, love it. And then this pink one. I'm gonna be honest, it's a little less bubblegum pink in real life, but that's okay. It's close to accurate. And so I got a funky size on this one. So there's that. And then this one I probably should have shown you at the beginning because if you want to put them in like almost rainbow order, there's a really fun green one. This one, I feel like it's showing up pretty accurate, but I just wanted to show you guys all of this close up. And you see the little hooks in the top part and how shiny they are. I love them. Not for nothing, this may be my favorite collection so far. Like, sorry, I just don't know how to hold these in a way that like displays them well. I'm sorry. And I put them in the wrong order. Hold on. This is not correct. There we go. That makes more sense in my brain. You know, sometimes the autism just like defines what order I need to show you guys these in. So anyway, there's these. They're really pretty. I love them. I'm obsessed. Yeah, but I'm really excited. I will have a ton available for made to order, but not a ton in stock. Partly because I've learned that depending on the time of year, apparently, and who's buying them, the sizes, I can't guess what size people are going to want. So what I'm doing is I am having a couple available for in-stock purchase right away. But I'm prepping a whole bunch of hooks ahead of time. So as soon as someone orders one from this collection, it will be ready to go earlier than some of my other collections. That way, if people are like, oh, I really want this to be in hopefully by Christmas, I can try and get, if they're ordered within the next week, I can get them to people by Christmas or a couple days before Christmas. I'm trying to work ahead as much as possible. So anyway, I'm very excited about these. I love them. I'm obsessed. That will be my mythological creatures collection that will have like a more alliterative name and stuff like that. And all of the names of the different colors will come out and I will release those officially in my Instagram reel in the next week. So keep an eye out for that. If you're not following me on Instagram, go do that. If nothing else, so you can look at pretty crochet hooks and yarn and stuff that I make. So, the next thing, this one will be even faster. Sorry, it's living in a fun neon box. These are 4 chaos hooks that I talked about a couple episodes ago and then promptly forgot to put in the shop. So all of these are size 4.5, and they have a copper colored hook shaft. And this was like a mistake order that was sent to me, but they look really cool. I'm going to be picky with what I'm putting in my shop. And so these are perfectly fine and functional. This wasn't the color I ordered originally. So these are one-time thing. I have 4. I only have 4. So if you want one and you're like, oh my gosh, those are so cool, order it as soon as I pop these in the shop. Hopefully these go into the shop this weekend, but I'll definitely put on Instagram when they're available for purchase. So I have 4 of them. All 4 of them are 4.5s. They all have a wild mix of colors on the hook handle. They are almost a little Christmassy, but not quite. So, and they all have black labels that say 4.5 for 4.5 millimeters. And they're all very, very, very sparkly. So, and they all have like the same mix of glitter, which is fun. And yeah, so those will be in the shop soon. I'll post on Instagram when they are. And then finally, I think I showed these a while ago and I didn't really get much of a response from people. So I changed my plan. I had one set of hooks when I was first starting out, was trying to decide, hey, what size handles do I want? What shape of handles do I want? And so I had a bunch of different things that I was testing out. And so every once in a while, I've been using up those hooks to test out new colors of glitter that I'm getting, to test out a tweak in the process of making these hooks. And so I have a bunch of hooks that are going to go into the website as individual hooks. These are slightly smaller handles, which I know some people look for, but some people don't. I have really small hands, I have learned. And so for me, these are a great size. But they're definitely, sorry about all the sound. They're definitely shorter than my traditional hooks. So these are the same size as my regular hooks. They're just a different color on the top. So you can see that these are like the teensiest bit. Oop, I'm not doing a good job of showing you. Hold on. Here, we'll do it this way. They're the teensiest bit shorter. If you line it up where the hook shaft alone starts, they're just a little bit shorter, right? And they have a flatter, I guess, thumb rest if you hold your hook like that. But they're a little bit smaller, which is nice. But the hook shaft length is a little bit different. But they're really nice. The hook part itself is really nice. I've tested them all out. Sorry, I gotta dump them back out of the container. So they're really fun, but I was testing out a lot of different glitters with these. So these will all be available individually. They'll be one-time purchases. I won't redo these. But anyway, so I have a red one that's a 5.5. It's really fun. I'm gonna plop them in that thing every time, so just as a heads up. I've got a 2.5, and this one will be discounted because this was early on in my process and something happened with the little bitty numbers. So it's a 2.5. It still works perfectly fine, but I am going to discount this one since the label kind of migrated during its journey there. I have a yellow one that's a size 3. And this is a really fun color of yellow if you like yellow. I very much enjoy it. There's that. I think I put that one upside down, but it doesn't matter. I have this like sparkly emerald color in a 3.5. And it's really fun. Hopefully it's showing up. I'm trying to cover my eyes, but still look at what I'm doing. I have this one, blue one that I showed you a second ago. This is a size 4. This is like a metallic glitter. which is a type of glitter that will be coming up in a future collection, but not currently in my shop. I have a 4.5 in this size. What? A 4.5 in this color blue. Very simple, but super fun. This one's super smooth too. It somehow seemed even smoother than some of the other ones. And I have 2 pink ones, which I save for Dan because I love pink, which you guys should know by now. So I've got this like hot pink one that almost looks tonal in the light. I don't know how that works with glitter. I don't know if that's actually a better way to say this. I don't know if that's the correct term, but it is this really fun hot pink in a size 5. So if you like pink, this is for you. And it's flashing, like it's got a green and orange flash to it, which is fun. So there's that one. And then my last one is like this super fun bubblegum pink. And I'm going to be honest with you, it is really hard for me to not keep this one because I love it. It's so cute. So all of those will go in as individual hooks available for purchase. But yeah, there's that. I also have a secret mini collection that will be coming out soon-ish. Unfortunately, it's not going to release on the day I wanted it to, but it's going to be really, really cool. And so I want to make sure that it's perfect before I release it to the public or even share more about it. But I have my mythological creatures collection coming out soon, in the next week, a week within when this is published, and up on YouTube. And then I'll have my secret collection available after that. And I'll start doing teasers once I finalize colors and stuff like that. But these ones I just showed you, the chaos hooks and then those individual, these ones, will be available hopefully this weekend. So like right after this is up on YouTube. So as soon as you see this video up on YouTube, if you're like, oh my gosh, I want those hooks, go look at my Etsy store because they will be there as soon as possible after that. So, but that's all I have for shop updates. Let's keep going. Okay, that actually wraps up everything that I wanted to share. Maybe this wasn't as short as I thought it was going to be. But I've had a great time sharing everything with you. I have a really cool idea for a video coming up soon. So hopefully you will get like a bonus video instead of just podcasts in the next couple weeks. Logistically, it's going to be kind of hard to pull off. So if I can get it to work, it'll be really cool. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it. But thank you for sticking with me through all of this. My craft room is getting a little cold because it was the first snow of the winter / fall / whatever here in Indiana today. And as a result, my husband built a fire in our wood burning stove, which is really awesome and super cozy and lovely. But my craft room is on the opposite side of the house. And so I've shut the door and now it's starting to get really cold in here. So I am excited to open the door and go snuggle up with my pets and my husband on the couch and just enjoy some downtime and some coziness and all that fun stuff. But I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you again for watching all of this. I appreciate your support so much, for watching all of this, for liking and subscribing to my channel, for liking this video, for leaving comments and having questions about hooks and stuff. Sorry, I'm getting a little congested because I'm cold too. But I'm super excited about my upcoming collection. So I would really appreciate it if you're able to go like or follow, whatever it's called, on Etsy. Follow my shop. It is Made by Mac Dye. It's pretty easy to find. It's got my face on it. So it's got a bunch of crochet hooks up in the banner at the top when you go to the shop. I am super excited to have my Etsy shop, and I really love everyone that's been able to support my Etsy shop. So if you're able to do that, I would appreciate it. If you're able to follow me on Instagram, that is wonderful as well. And yeah. And last but not least, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to put out a link on my Instagram for a newsletter, which is going to be new. This is not going to be something that I like blast your emails with, because how do I put this? I'm a teacher and I know how overwhelming it can be to deal with a lot of emails at once. So this will be mainly so that I have everybody's email that wants to be on subscribed for testing calls. So when I have a new pattern that I need pattern testers for, they get an email for it with pictures and like well organized information about it and links so that they can go fill out the pattern application form. It's also a way to send out to people that are subscribed to the newsletter information about new pattern releases, information about new hook collection drops in my Etsy store, and other, I have new stuff coming out, but other stuff that's coming in my Etsy store, and just kind of a way to easily organize everybody's email that wants to be subscribed and get that kind of information. So I'm going to try and send all of that info out through Instagram, and I'll also mention it on my podcast, the next podcast where we do this again, so people have a chance to get that information and get subscribed if they would like to. But yeah, if you have something to say, I would love to hear it. Feel free to drop me a comment below, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.